The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. Chicago. Ask someone to picture the city, and they will have trouble coming up with a concise description. When people think of New York City, they think of skyscrapers, subways, and muggers. When they think of Los Angeles, they think of sun, smog, and traffic. When they think of Detroit, they think of cars, factories, and decay. But for those of us that know, there's only one thing we think of when someone mentions Chicago: vampires. And tonight, we tell their story.
Welcome, everyone, to McStabber Studios for Windy City After Dark. This evening, we are actually playing the final night as part of our Game Pink month-long campaign that we've been doing for National Breast Cancer Foundation to raise funds for that wonderful charity organization. This month, they've been gathering funds from various streamers participating to provide mammograms for people in need. And so far, at the time of this recording, we had raised over $1,200 this month. That's enough to provide 8 mammograms completely at no cost to people that need them. Thank you all so much for the contributions you have contributed so far. If you are able to contribute today, our last day of the charity fundraiser, please do so. There is a link that's going to be routinely posted in chat that you can click to make a donation. Thank you so much.
And I'd like to welcome everybody officially to Windy City After Dark. I am, of course, the storyteller, Shanky McStabber.
And I'm Relindaire, also known as Mama McStabber in Twitch chat, and tonight I'll be playing Jacqueline Durand of Clan Ventrue.
Good evening. I am the Ivy Raven, and I play Genevieve Schutz of Clan Gangrel.
I'm Miriam, and I'm playing Roscoe Akers, Clan Tremere.
I'm Gavin, and I play Lamarcade of Clan La Sombra.
And we are, of course, happy to see that Lamarcade has rejoined us here at the table. He's had an interesting, well, I'd say it's almost a week now that he's been gone, or at least in game time. And where we left off, this coterie was outside a building, looked like a garage of some sort, that they've tracked Nathaniel down to using. Now, they've decided Joe is going to, Michael, as he told them, is outside the building to keep an eye because he doesn't want to participate. But I'm going to turn the scene to the players as they figure out how they're going in and what they're planning to do.
Jackie's going to pull Etienne aside.
Ma'am?
I want you to stay and watch the door after we go in. I do not trust Michael.
Yes, ma'am. I watched from this Miss Schutz said there was a stairwell down. It looked like I'll watch from above there so that I can keep an eye on the stairwell and the door, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I know you wish to protect me, but that I feel will be the best way you can protect me is to keep an eye on him.
Yes, ma'am.
And she will let Joe know that if his birds see anything of note, that Etienne will be just inside the door to report to him.
This is okay. He's going to have his birds flying around.
Excellent.
He'll stay out of everyone's way.
She returns to the rest of Kofi. Okay, we are going into a lair of a Nosferatu.
Yay.
Hmm.
You need to be on your guard, eyes wide open, and they can hit like a Mack truck.
Would you prefer I am unseen, or would you just like me to lead from the front? It's your call, Mr. Rond.
I leave that to your discretion.
Hmm.
You are a skilled huntress.
Honestly, it's probably better for us if I am unseen so that our numbers look smaller. And if he tries something, I can jump out at that point then as well.
Excellent.
That's just my general feeling on the situation.
Roscoe, do you have everything you need?
As much as I brought with me, yes. But I would like to take the opportunity to make sure I have Sense the Unseen up.
Okay. I'll have you make a new roll once you step in the building, since you've already checked the outside of the building. Okay. You can make a new roll in the building.
Okay. Well, then I think we are prepared. Let us go.
So, do you all
make our way to the door?
Make your way to the door. What did Jenny rouse for?
Sorry, that was my for invisibility. Once everybody gets to the door, she's going to kind of step back and kind of fade into the shadows.
When you call on the power of your blood, your beast, you hear it. Kind of. It's muted for some reason. Almost like a whisper in the back of your head, but not what it normally would sound like. But you still managed to pull it off. There's something odd. You can feel it, but you know that you're obfuscated.
Jackie will actually rouse as we step into the door to boost her resolve.
Okay, go ahead and rouse. Gonna blood surge. And you as well, as you call on your blood, supernatural blood. You get hungrier, and you feel your hunger increase. You can feel it gnawing at you. But your beast is little more than a whisper. Almost unhearable, almost can't, as if it can't really talk to you.
What the fuck is wrong here?
So you...
And actually, because of her beast doing that, she's going to roll Resolve Aspects for Sense the Unseen.
Okay. As you step into the building, you and Roscoe both can roll Resolve Aspects. What did you blood surge there, Roscoe?
Hmm.
Are you just rolling rouse checks to roll rouse checks?
Oh, yeah.
Got 4.
4 for Jackie. None for Roscoe. But, so you just roused to rouse. You didn't roll anything, try to boost any stats with it yet?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. And as you step, Roscoe's going to willpower that. He's got 2. Jackie's got 4. As you step into this building, it's definitely a garage. Looks like mechanics' tools are strewn about the place. There's a layer of dust on them, on the tools that tell you it's not been used for what it appears to have been, looks like. But the thing you saw, Genevieve, is actually, it's a pullover pit with a railing going around it, though you're not supposed to have a railing around a pullover pit because you can't pull over one with a railing. And inside, it is dark in this building. Jenny, of course, has eyes of the beast up, but you do see a light switch if anyone really has a desire to turn it on.
Unseen to the others, Genevieve's going to walk over to the pit and kind of look down into it as best she can. So,
as you look down, there appears to be, it seems to go down about 20 feet. There seems to be handholds carved into the concrete for at least 5 of the feet. But after 5 feet, it's not concrete anymore. It's rough stone. But the rough stone is able to be climbed as well because it's rough stone that sticks out in places. You're pretty sure you could easily climb down that if you chose.
She's going to kind of continue looking around. She's not going to climb down just right away. I want to see if I see like controls for this lift thing, or does the lift thing not go all the way
There's
to the
no
bottom?
lift above it. It's a pullover pit. It's basically was designed for you to pull the car over this opening in the ground where you can stand under it.
Oh, okay.
And work on the car.
Okay.
Except in this case, they put a rail around it because, well, you don't want to fall down that.
I got you.
There is a car in the bay. Looks like a early 80s sedan, Crown Vic.
Jackie has actually made her way over to the car and is looking inside of it.
The car is, I mean, it's not like to the windows of trash, but it's definitely, whoever drives this car don't give a shit. Trash all strewn about the thing.
Are the keys inside?
There's no keys inside. Now, are you going to search through and poke around in the trash, or?
Sure.
Okay.
She will quietly open the passenger door that is furthest from the pit, so the sound doesn't resonate.
Okay, let's go wits investigation.
Okay.
Two successes?
Hmm?
That's enough. Under the seat, you find a phone. Looks like it was in the water recently. Seems to be water kind of in the screen of it where it leaked. It's a flip phone. Kind of reminds you of the kind that Lamar likes to carry.
She'll take that with her. Anything else she finds?
That's the only thing of interest. I mean, there's all kinds of trash.
Is there any, paper that she can read?
No, the trash, oddly enough, there's a lot of religious pamphlets, a lot of church pamphlets. Seems to be a lot of notes scribbled. Looking at the notes, they seem to be bits and pieces of sermons scribbled on whatever was handy. But it's a lot of them.
She's going to take one of those.
Okay.
And then she's going to quietly push the door closed.
And it closes. There's no alarm on the vehicle. Normally you could tell that if it had a light blinking on the dash.
Say what?
you can tell if a car's alarmed normally by
Yeah, no.
the blinking light on the dash if it's one that they've had installed properly.
And then she makes her way back around to Roscoe. Can I see Jenny with my Sense the Unseen?
You're going to roll to find out if you can. It is going to be resolve all specs versus, let me pull up this power because I forget. I know it's something obfuscate. Let me pull it up here. Wits obfuscate for Jenny.
Yeah, no, I don't see her. Jenny got 6 with a messy crit, and I've only got 3.
Because this was a passive roll by Jenny, I'm not going to have the messy crit affect her because it wasn't anything on her part. It was just...
She's super sneaky.
She don't see a thing.
Okay. So you said there's stairs.
It's not stairs. Well, there's small stairs in the pull to get down into the pullover pit, but the stairs lead to about 2 foot of width and then a pit that when you look down, it's kind of dim. It's hard to see, but enough moonlight is coming through that you can see that there's handholds to climb down.
There's no other stairs?
Nope.
It looks like it's our only way down. She's talking softly to Roscoe, and she knows Jenny's around, so Jenny will hear her.
Yeah. When she says it's the only way down, Genevieve's actually going to start climbing down. Sylvia will go down first, so she's at the bottom, so she's not bumping into anybody.
To let you know how I handle you using Sense the Unseen. First of all, they know you're in the room. As long as your volume is kept very, very, very softly, you can whisper to them without breaking Sense the Unseen. If you did it to a mortal, you would be telling them you're in the room. But they know you're in the room somewhere, so okay. I'm not going to have it spoiled by small whispers. So you understand.
I'll drop Silence of Death then, and I'm just going to get close to, as close to both of them as I can, so I'm not just like whispering in one person's ear. I'm going to go down first, and I will be at the bottom.
Make sure you'll step back so we don't bump into you.
Of course. And I will activate Silence of Death again as I start climbing down.
And the handholds are easy. No roll needed. You can easily climb down. You go past the 5-foot marker where somebody's rough chiseled it into the concrete. It doesn't look like, actually, it looks more like somebody's used their fingers to do it and torn chunks out of the concrete to create handholds. And then you hit the rough stone part, and it's not as a problem because the stones are haphazardly placed, so it's very easy to get a grip on them. And when you reach the bottom, it's a basement of some kind, but it's not a modern basement. It definitely looks like an old a root cellar or a farmhouse basement, but it's old. You can tell by the look of the stone, how the faded of the color in the stone and everything. It's been down here a while. This is not new for the building that was placed over top of it.
Roscoe, do you want me to go next, or do you wish to go?
I'll go.
Okay. While he's going down, Jackie's going to rouse toughness.
Okay. And once again, you call on your beast, and you call on the power of the blood. And you can feel a surge as your powers activate, but there's something wrong. Your beast is silent, even though you get hungrier. It's even less of a whisper now than it was before. Something feels odd with your powers, with the call of your blood. It's working, but it seems to be fighting against something to work.
Has Jackie ever experienced anything like this before?
No, never in all your years.
Okay. Well, after Roscoe's gone down, she'll go down after him.
And you all go down, leaving, of course. Etienne above. Is Evan going down with you all?
No, I do not want Evan down here.
Okay.
Not in Nosferatu lair.
Evan actually stays outside the building to watch from the outside with Etienne on the inside, so you have multi-layers there. When you get to the bottom, they see the same thing Jenny did. It's a basement of some kind, but it looks more like an old, you place it 200-300 years old, a farmhouse, root cellar / somewhere they would put stuff to keep it slightly cooler because of the depth of it. And there's no furnishings in it. It's maybe 20 foot by 30 foot. Empty, rough stone walls.
At that moment, Jackie takes out her 45 and checks the magazine to make sure it is fully loaded, which it is, and pops it back in.
Okay. You don't see an exit. You don't see a way out. But you know there has to be because it's the only place they could have gone from up above.
She's barely whispering. Jenny, do you see something?
See for Jenny. Wits awareness, please. I want to see how well your...
Because with Sense the Beast, she might see something.
eyes of the beast.
Or Eyes of the Beast, yeah.
Whether your eyes of the beast can let you pick out anything. You do see clearer than anyone else. 3. No, there's not... You don't see any light spoiling
Just
or
a
anything.
second. I got it's.
Oh,
not
you
3,
went and
it's-
rolled a willpower
yeah.
crit. So that's 4, 5, 6. With 6 on a crit, I will give you, there is just barely a hint of light coming from a crack in the masonry on one wall of this basement.
Genevieve is going to go over to Jackie, drop Silence of Death, and whisper in her ear, "There's light coming from a crack in the wall." And she's like, "Can I like hold her arm and not break stealth?" And she doesn't.
No, if you touch her, you're interacting
Okay.
with her. It will break stealth.
Okay.
But
Tell me
it is on the far
direction.
wall,
Far wall.
Far wall.
dead center.
Okay. Jackie will actually, because she's recently seen a Nosferatu with a little secret doorway, go to that wall and feel around the crack to see if there's a latch.
There's no latch in the crack. But when you're that close to it, as you get close to that part of the wall, there's definitely a slight stirring of the air that has a different smell to it. It's musty. Unlike this section, it's old but not musty. There's a musty kind of a stale air smell that's coming from near this wall. There's definitely something on the other side of it.
She's going to try to push.
Let me look and see what Jackie's got here on your strength. I'm just curious.
My strength ain't shit, so she's probably not going to move it.
It moves slightly.
Slightly.
You can tell it moves if you got somebody with a little more strength.
I'm not strong enough.
Or what?
Push it.
What you-
Push it.
With the wall?
Push it. It
Okay,
moves.
Okay. All right, I'll stand next to Jackie and push.
And you and Jackie both push. And the wall slides in. You can hear it grating on the ground, the stone rubbing against itself as it opens up. And there's a passageway beyond.
As we step into the passageway, the first thing Jackie's going to do is stop and listen.
As you cross the threshold of this door, an odd thing, you all feel it. It's almost a ripple, but not a ripple. There's a chill that spreads as you cross it through your whole body. Just brief, very quickly.
Would Ruska recognize that feeling?
No, you've never felt it. Something off. But you feel it as you step through. It's just a quick ripple. Like you passed over a grave or something.
You feel that?
Yeah, I felt it. Shh, I'm trying to listen.
If you wish to roll again for Sense the Unseen, you can now.
Why would I want to re-roll? I got successes on my last one.
You got 4.
I have 5 dice. It's not likely I'm going to get more than that.
And as you're looking, Jenny, you can see clearly. It's this passage. It's actually carved. That's why it was 20 foot down. It seems to be carved out of the rock. And it stretches in the distance for a little ways. And you can see a dead end at the far side. But the dead end has something in it. It's hard to tell from this distance. You'll have to get closer. But there seems to be a cavity of some sort at the dead end.
I ran a wits awareness with instincts.
Okay. And you got
4 successes.
4 successes? No crits.
As we're down there, can Roscoe? Is it lit well enough that Roscoe could see the floor just to see if there's?
It's almost barely lit. The light you're getting, you're not sure where it's coming from, but it's like the hallway on the other side of this door has a light, kind of a glow to it. Barely enough light to see.
Okay, so I wouldn't be able to tell, like someone had been going through here recently, or a lot of.
But you could
traffic
use your
not-
cell phone as a turn the flashlight on your cell phone if you wished.
I'm not going to risk that.
Genevieve is going to just whisper to them again. The tunnel goes down. This is carved. There's something at the end. I can't tell what it is. I'm going to move off in that direction. So I'll start working my way down there towards the end of this tunnel where we can get to anyway.
When you get further down, you can see what you're looking at. Seems to be a niche that holds a body. Can't really see from where you're at much about the body, but it seems to be, you can tell it's a body by the feet. Unshoed feet you can see in front of you.
What kind of feet?
Well, you can't see. They're human feet, as if they're laying on a bier or a slab in the wall.
Genevieve, against her best judgment, is going to use Sense the Beast on this. So I have to rouse for that, I'm pretty sure. Yep.
Interesting use of a power. It's a good one. It's a very good one. I like that. It's going to be Resolve Animalism. It's passive. There's no rouse check for that.
Oh, the thing says it has a rouse on it.
Nope.
In Fantasy Grounds. Well, of course I passed
Since
that
the
rouse.
beast has no checkbox under rouse check, so it doesn't have a rouse.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to use that for a blood surge then to up my resolve, you said?
Yep, Resolve Animalism is what you're rolling.
Okay.
Three.
I'm gonna do this.
6. Give me a willpower roll, please. You can't willpower roll.
Oh, sorry. How do I roll willpower?
You just click willpower.
That's what I did.
Yep.
I did the
You
die.
can't. No, you
willpower.
can't. You can't re-roll failures in a willpower. So So you get 2.
Okay. I see.
What you're seeing is definitely there's a muted beast to it. It's there, but it seems to be pushed down, suppressed in some ways.
Genevieve's going to creep back to the other two, and she's just going to whisper, there's a kindred back there on a slab. Their beast is pushed down.
Storyteller, what did I get for my wits awareness with instincts?
You had 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Seems like a corridor.
Okay.
I'm going to go take a closer look. I just wanted to let you guys know what I had seen. Genevieve will take off back towards the body.
Okay.
I personally don't care. I just want to find Lamar.
And when you get close to the body, it has something on its neck. You can see it up in the niche. With your eyesight, seems to have whatever this person is. You'd place them, based on the skin tone, Eastern Mediterranean. They aren't decayed or old or anything. They are well preserved. And there's an onyx pendant in the shape of some sort of tooth, maybe saber tooth, something of that style, and a silver chain that's around its neck that's laying right on its breastbone.
Jackie has moved up closer to it.
And it's got both its hands holding the pendant.
Genevieve is kind of just finds herself reaching out towards the body. No one else, of course, sees her doing this because she's still invisible. But she's just going to like put her hand on like its leg because it's probably the closest, easiest place to touch.
I'm going to have you roll.
The instant she touches it, she becomes apparent.
Now, only if she moves it or otherwise tries to interact. But she probably is going to reappear, but I got to check something else first. I need you to roll. Give me 1 second. Got to remember the roll here. Where is it? That's not the one I need. Got to find powers. So fun to find. Here we go. You get to roll now. Intelligence resolve, please. You bumped your resolve up, so you get those bonus dice. Okay. As you briefly touch it, you realize that there seems to be a lever or a button or something right up under it that you could use to push it and cause the passageway to open.
Okay. Genevieve starts looking for the switch to push so that she can. Which probably does break her out of stealth at this point since she's moving around and like scraping stuff.
Yep. And you push it and it swings open. But it swings by the bottom half. The whole beer swings and then shifts and slides into the room, leaving the niche it was setting in as an opening, a doorway, with the beer in the room on the other side. Now, we're going to flash to Lamar real quick. Lamar, you're in the place you've been, chained to a cross. Pacing in front of you is, of course, Nathaniel. The time for sacrifice is coming. It's time. As promised, the sacrifice is coming. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen finally. Freedom.
You have been saying the same shit for a week. Play a new song or start making this one make some sense. What fucking sacrifice?
The master says the sacrifice will happen tonight. It's coming. It's going to happen.
Who is the master?
And as you say that, you see the wall shift in. And the the body that was in the niche, you vaguely remember as you came in, that whole thing slides into the room again. And you're used to seeing this. This is how he's entered every night he's come to see you. And of course, because Jenny is the one who triggered it, you see Jenny, who's appeared now on the other side of this opening in this doorway as this beer slides in.
Jackie had worked up right beside her.
Mm-hmm. And Nathaniel's head shoots over and he looks.
Jackie has her 45 aimed at his head.
And you see Lamar chained on a cross, almost crucified, but nothing nailing him to it. He's literally chained. Chains wrapped around his legs, multiple, with a lock on the end. Master said you'd come. He said you'd come. And the sacrifice is here now. Yes, sacrifice.
Oh, your master's definitely gonna get a sacrifice.
Lamar, it's good to see you.
May I tell you that you are the most beautiful women I have ever seen in my life. I just want that known for however much time left there is.
Roscoe's the prettiest of us all.
Roscoe, you sure got a pretty mouth. I missed you.
Nathaniel.
You've come to deliver me.
If that is what you wish. And she fires.
He actually puts his arms back. I wait my release. The sacrifice is to be made.
Well, actually, before she fires, release him now.
I can't.
He's been on this sacrifice shit for at least a week.
I will not ask you again.
I can't. I don't have the key. The master told me to get rid of the key.
Where did it go?
When Roscoe asks that, Genevieve's kind of been sliding towards him. She grabs his wrist and puts his hand on the leg where she touched it before.
Okay.
Whose hand? Mine?
Yes, Roscoe's hand. I grabbed your wrist and kind of like placed your hand on the leg of the person on the thing.
Okay.
Okay. And Nathaniel, the key's on him. He has the key. It's in there. Get it from him. And he points to the body that Roscoe just touched.
Jackie, can you back up? Keeping an eye on him. Could you back up and join me here?
Why the hell would I do that?
Put your hand next to mine.
Do I get to resist?
Oh, you can. You don't have to.
No.
The pendant that's on him. You've never seen it. You notice it when you even look that direction.
Oh, Jackie's sus meter is like way the fuck up on this?
It's very... Jackie, real quick, roll intelligence, awareness, or wits awareness, please. Instincts will go.
I'm also going to rouse for a surge. I'm at 4 hunger.
And your beast is completely silent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, her sus is way the fuck off the charts.
Jackie, I need you to touch the body.
Why do you need me to, Roscoe?
I cannot explain. I just know that you need to. We all need to.
I should not have had that bestial because I shouldn't have 4.
No, either way, you've seen that pendant somewhere. You don't know where. But you've seen it before. You know you've seen it before. Somewhere in this city, you've seen that pendant. Somebody has one, just like it.
I've seen something just like what he wears around his neck.
Is Nathaniel still paying attention to them?
Yeah.
Oh, Jackie's still got her eyes on him.
He's telling him the keys is on the body.
Why do I need to touch him, Roscoe?
I don't know.
Then ask him if he's commanding you.
And I look at Nathaniel. Are you commanding me?
Nathaniel laughs.
Not him.
The master.
The one laying there.
The master commands. The servants follow. The master's promised my release tonight. You will release me. I am the sacrifice.
If you are the master, then looking down at the body, if you are the master, then tell me why you're commanding me.
Pain shoots up your back. Not enough to damage you, just painful. Jackie can now roll to resist.
And I get my unswayable mind bonus.
Yes, you do. You get intelligence resolve.
Intelligence resolve?
Or sorry, intelligence resolve is how you resist. That's to resist dominate, but you get to add, of course, half your fortitude. as part of your unswayable mind.
Apparently, he didn't like me asking that question. Kind of hurt.
You know, I'm
Jackie,
rolling
make
for
a will.
shit tonight.
Actually, that's a pretty good roll.
No, that's a shitty-ass roll.
5 on 7 dice. No, that's a pretty good roll on 7 dice.
I haven't seen a crit yet.
Make a willpower roll, please, Jackie.
Yeah, I can't.
Well, you can. You just hit the willpower button.
No, I really can't. I've spent it all.
No, but you still get to hit the button. Because it's willpower and then part of humanity. So you always have some for a willpower
So it's a
roll.
frenzy roll?
No, but it's a willpower check. It's not a frenzy roll. There is a difference. You can
I have
hit frenzy. You can hit frenzy and it counts. That's the same as a willpower roll.
No, it's not, because when I do the willpower die, it only uses my unspent.
That's what'll happen when you hit frenzy. But it also does 1/3 of humanity on top of that. You see? It adds to it. Willpower, you have 1 unspent, but you also had your 1/3 of humanity would be 2. So you get to add it as well. You know. And you feel it tugs at you. You reach your hand out and you touch the body same place.
Motherfucker.
Urian did. Or sorry, Urian. Roscoe did. But nothing happens. None of you now feel the urge to tell people to touch the body. And Nathaniel's still standing there waiting. Are you to release me? I am the sacrifice. Release me.
Can I still shoot that motherfucker?
Go ahead, shoot.
I'm gonna shoot.
Nothing stops you.
Okay.
Now, Lamar, you've seen him touch the body. You vaguely recall touching the body about a week ago as you were brought into the room. But nothing happened. Stands there. You got 2 successes. He has 1 because he's not defending. The margin is 1. The weapon is +3, I believe, or is it
4.
+4? +4. Bullet rips into him. Takes 5 and then he halves it. Takes 2 damage. And he just stands there and lets you shoot him.
She looks down at this guy laying here and says, if you want to eat him, I need the key.
And Nathaniel starts screaming again. Lord, I come to you now. I am going to walk in the light once again and be purged of this foul curse.
She shoots him again.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything? Jenny, you can do whatever you wish. So can Roscoe. You're all free to...
I was going to say, Genevieve rouses. Instead of growing claws, she actually has, like, her fangs get larger. And she's just going to, like, run at this egg-headed jackass.
Okay.
And bite him.
Okay. Jackie puts another bullet in his ass. This time her margin was 2, makes 6, makes 3 damage. She's taken 5 superficial so far. Jenny.
Mm-hmm.
You are now at hunger 4 as well. But oddly enough, your beast is still silent. Actually, it's completely silent. But your fangs do grow with difficulty. But they grow. And as you grab him, he stands there and lets you grab him. Doesn't care. Doesn't stop you. He's actually got a smile on his face like he's enjoying it, like he's almost a bliss look on his face, like he's welcoming it.
She, if I have this time, Genevieve's gonna like grab his head and like his like egg-shaped head. She's gonna pull it. And she's just gonna sink her fangs into his fucking neck.
Okay. Yes, pull the curse from me. Free me of this existence.
Fucking hell, madmen.
Fuck him up, but don't kill him.
And what are you doing? You drinking?
I want to drink instead of doing the 2 ag.
Okay. You can pull 1 blood point to turn off him.
All right.
He's not
1.
stopping you, so you can... Where you touch Jackie on that leg, you do find a key under the leg. Looks like it unlocks the padlock.
She's going to take the key. Can she can remove her hand now after she's touched him,
you've
right?
already touched it.
Okay,
That's all.
so she takes the key, walks over to Lamar, undoes his chains.
And the key unlocks Lamar. And Lamar, once she unlocks it, you fall off this cross.
She catches
You've been
him.
fed. A rat.
Thank you.
Of course, Lamar.
Once Lamar's off the cross, Genevieve's going to release Nathaniel and kind of like push him in the direction of Lamar.
How many hunger do you take from him?
It was just the one turn.
Okay.
So just the one.
Okay. And he looks at you shocked. Aren't you going to finish me? I am the sacrifice. I am to be released tonight from this curse.
Oh no, we're going to give our friend the pleasure if he wants it. Lamar?
Genevieve spits a little bit of blood on the ground at his feet. Like, fuck you.
I told Lamar's holding him by like his lapel, and he like lifts him. I told you, you should have killed me when you found me. You had two options. You could have owned me for life, or you could have gotten rid of me. And now, standing here between four really pissed off people trying to figure out where did this all go wrong, or where did it all go right? Because you seem like you really want to just be shuffled off this immortal coil. Don't worry, I'm gonna help you with that. And Lamar bites him.
Okay.
I want to do a wits insight on him before he reaches his demise.
Okay, go ahead. Wits insight.
Because I want to find out what his desire is.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. That is your specialty. You can use your specialty on this one. Wow. 7 on a messy crit. Now, the messy crit doesn't matter on this one because I love messy crits to be Masquerade breaches, but who cares? It's all
Who
kindred.
fucking cares? We're all kindred.
His desire is to die. He does not wish to be kindred anymore. He does not he believes honestly in his soul that he's been cursed. And you are here to release him from the curse.
He believes he has been so cursed. He wants to die.
Lamar's drinking. How far do you plan to drink him, Lamar? Question is, do you drink him or do you diablerize him?
You know what? Yeah, he wants to die. Lamar's gonna give it to him. Actually,
it is always a tough choice for a kindred to decide.
He kept you for a week.
A week, yeah.
Yeah, are you going to be the first who diablerizes in this chronicle?
Yes, I will do it.
Yes.
Okay.
No judgments here, Lamar.
I'm going to
He
pull
fucking wants it.
the rules up to make sure I'm doing it correctly because I don't want to do it wrong because, well, this is the first time we've had this happen in here. And I'm going to talk through as we do it so that the viewers understand what we're rolling for because, well, this is Diablery, everybody. The forbidden slurp. Well, forbidden for Camarilla. Lamar has seen this done many times because the Sabbat punishes weakness very harshly. Let me find where it is. That's not Diablery. It's one of the things, as a storyteller, I don't memorize normally. I wonder why. Because it happens
Because most
rarely.
of your players want to actually hold on to their humanity.
Okay, here we go. Now, for Diablery. This is a multi-part roll here. First, you drain him down. Of course, that's easy. You're going to go to 0 hunger. Because he's letting it happen. Now, you're going to do strength and resolve test. You got to do a number of them. Okay?
Strength and resolve, okay.
Or, because of the way I handle it, because I don't believe it's only strength related. You could go strength resolve, you can go composure resolve, or you can go intelligence resolve. It's whether it's the will to do it, the thought processes to work through what you're doing, or the raw strength to do it. Basically, I allow people to pick between physical, social, or mental in order to do their Diablerie. So your difficulty is 3. You need to make multiple tests. And in this case, you have to make 3 of them at difficulty 3, using whichever pool you wish to use.
Just a quick, if I use strength, could I also use, could I rouse for potence as part of that? Or is it just straight?
Potence would have 1/2 your potence level. Because it's a non-combat related roll, which gives you 1/2 your potence to your strength.
Okay. It's the same pool and 2. I will go composure resolve.
Okay. Roll composure resolve. Difficulty is 3. This is your first roll. You're going to have to do 3 successes. And you have to do it 3 times in order to accomplish the first phase.
Can I rouse for that? Even with
you actually can. Like any roll, you can. Because it's a pure ability. So if you wish to rouse to add 2 more dice, go ahead. As Lamar is doing the forbidden.
Right, made the rouse check, so.
Okay. You succeeded on your first roll.
Oof,
2 more times.
On never. All right.
Same dice rolls. And we shall see. You don't have to rouse each time for it, though.
Okay.
So just roll 8 more dice again.
Take off that hunger.
Yep, take off the hunger and roll 8 dice. Nine successes the second, or no, 5 successes the second time. Success as well, 1 more time. Last roll to see if you can pull it off. So far, so good. 8. And as you draw the blood out of him, then you start pulling the very essence, the very soul of what it is to be Nathaniel. And you draw it into yourself. You lose 1 point of humanity immediately.
Okay, 1.
And then you're going to roll humanity plus your blood potency versus his resolve and blood potency. We shall see what you get. I will let you willpower this one if you choose.
Okay.
You have 3 successes. You get 15 experience points immediately to spend on things he knows.
Okay.
You can spend 15 experience points towards dominate, obfuscate, or potence. You can pick at your normal cost 15 points on those. Because you could do blood potency, but you need 30 XP to go to 3 blood potency.
Mm-hmm. If I got to choose right now, I will choose obfuscate.
We will handle that at break. We'll let you pick your powers during break.
Cool.
You tied him, so you do not lose any additional humanity. But you are now 4 humanity. And you have killed him, drained him dry completely. You are now 9th generation. Your generation has gone up 1.
And as I drop his, now does he turn to ash?
Yes.
Like,
because you diablerized him, he dissolves completely to ash, into nothing. And I will fix your blood potency. There you go. Lamar is now 9th generation. And you all see him. Everyone in the room sees as Lamar keeps drinking and drinking. And when the act is done, there's a look in Lamar's face, that colder look in his eye.
I've forgotten what it was like to send people to camp fuck around and find out.
And Jackie puts a hand on his shoulder. It is good to see you.
And he reaches up and pats her hand. You guys came. That's thank you. Because I didn't know if I was getting out of this, and if I wasn't, then I was gonna make peace with it, but I'm really glad I got to take that fucker out.
Of course. Let us get out of
Sleeping
here.
Beauty over there hasn't moved either, so I had to touch Sleeping Beauty when I got here, and they didn't move then either.
And right here is where we're going to go to break, everybody. As the coterie has rescued Lamar and watched him do what Camarilla considers unspeakable. But I think he kind of deserved it. He wanted release. He got his release. We will see everybody in 10 minutes. Please enjoy the break as Lamar sets and figures out what to spend 15 XP on.
Allow me to introduce myself, though I fear you've heard my name, that you've heard the story of Countess Bathory. History is told by the victors, heroic warriors, and mad kings. Will you hear my story from the lips of Bathory? They call me King Demon, Queen of Hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, beautiful, drinking the blood of virgins. The blood countess. Who is she really? Who is she really? Blood countess. Who is she really? Je Bathory. I was very wealthy and powerful, a widow with political rivals keen to destroy me and take my property. My plea was never offered, all my confessors were all tortured, or how they destroyed me for my property. They put me up, shut me up, shut me up, put me up, put me up, shut me up, shut me up, and told a story of a bitch called Bathory. Let's King Demon, Queen of Hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. I've always been the hunter, nothing on my tail. But there was something in you I knew could make that change. To capture a predator, you can't remain the prey. You have to become an equal in every way. So look in the mirror and tell me, who do you see? Is it still you, or is it me? Become the beast, we don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. So embrace the darkness, and I will help you see that you can be limitless and fearless if you follow me. We are the lions in a world of lies. We are the predators, the hunters, the hunters, the hunters. Become the beast, we don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin to burrow within, to your burrow within. Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive?
Welcome back, everybody. We ended on break before we remembered to announce, of course, we are raising funds. This is the final night for the National Breast Cancer Foundation charity drive. Please, if you can, don't strain yourself financially. But if you can, please, right over here, you can see we've got the donation bar. Donate to an amazing charity. Help get women some mammograms because, and men too, actually. It affects both sexes. To be honest, it's a real good cause, and we've been raising money for it. And we've been so proud of the community for how much they've given this month, and we thank you all. But before the break, wow, we had our first diablerie. Lamar debated it, but that inner Sabbat and that threat he made long ago that he was tired of being pushed, and he was going to snap on the next motherfucker. And he did. And everyone touched this body. Now, when we come back to the scene, the characters, after Lamar does his thing, just as natural as all. Roscoe, you don't know what you did. You never remember what you did, but you know you did some sort of blood sorcery ritual that night there. And then you all carried that body that was on the bier out. And Etienne touched the body to help carry it out. Evan touched the body. You even got Michael to touch the body. And you all loaded it in the trunk of Michael's car. And then you remember Michael driving off. And then you remember nothing. Until Michael comes back, gets out of the car. It's done. And then he blinks.
What's done?
And then he gets in the car and drives off. As you all realize, about 2 hours have passed since you loaded the body in the trunk of the car and it drove off. And Etienne kind of shakes his head and looks over at Jackie, looks at everybody else, looks at his watch.
Does it feel like we've been here a while?
Who was that?
That was Michael, a liaison of the Anox that has been providing some assistance to us on some mutual interests.
Oh, well, if y'all say he's cool, all right then.
Ma'am, what did we just do?
We brought something very old up out of the ground.
We did. We did?
Do you remember loading it now, Lamar? You remember loading the body into the back of that Michael's car?
Son of a bitch. Oh. Okay. How long did that take?
2 hours?
Etienne looks at his watch. 2 hours, 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Well, it is good we don't know where it is.
Yeah, just as well.
Let's just hope whoever it was or whatever doesn't wash up somewhere, decide to come and visit us some night soon. Last thing we need is another unwanted visitor.
And thinking about what just happened, there's an odd sense of renewed purpose that fell over you afterwards. Every player at the table can gain back 2 willpower. You don't know why. But you almost feel like you accomplished something that you don't realize you accomplished.
Well, considering how fucked up Chicago's been so far in my short time here, I'm pretty sure whatever we did will be not even a blip on the radar. So too hopeful?
Oh, Jenny,
I like you.
I can tell you have never been in a city where old ones play their games.
No, in Vegas, there's a cap on how much game they can play. So
Yes, that's because the ones in Vegas are not that old. More than likely, we have just placed a new player on the board.
I need to learn how to play chess at this rate. If we're going to do this, I need to actually learn how to play chess. So
Just sit
I
back
can
and
understand.
watch. You will see changes happen.
Well, let's hope that there are changes that benefit us, because I'm tired of being, tired of having the shit roll downhill on us.
I swear, though, I saw that pendant somewhere.
Yeah, the one that he was grasping.
Yes,
You
the
did see-
Obsidian Tooth.
You caught a bare glimpse of it as Prince Jackson kicked a vase over in his rage that night in the museum when you were summoned before him.
You see, where did you see it? Jackie?
Oh, hell. I now just remembered where I saw it. Hanging around Prince Jackson's neck. When we were summoned before him and he was standing in front of that portrait of the Battle of Fort Dearborn in the museum.
Now that you mention it, huh?
Yes, we will see changes. Just sit back and watch. Portia,
Make a change.
Portia has competition now.
Now that's music to my ears.
It is. Maybe it'll keep her interested and keep her attentions off of us.
We can hope.
Maybe the Succubus Club will have a meteor fall on it, and we'll never have to see her again.
You never have to go there anyway. There's so many other clubs.
So many better clubs.
Exactly.
Like the one we have.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh, we have much to catch up on. Let's get in the car and get out of here. I am starving.
Yeah.
And I have dinner waiting at home.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. You missed some stuff, Lamar.
I was going to say, how did you guys end up finding me anyway?
Let's talk. Let's get in the car.
And you load up in the car. You've got a hell of a drive back into the city because you left the city quite a bit. So I'll turn it over as Etienne is driving back to the city. I'll leave it up to the players to have their talk. Now, remember, somebody's got to tell Lamar where his car is.
Your car is in the police impound down in Southside.
You gotta be
She takes out his phone. Here's your phone. It got waterlogged.
All right.
I called your right-hand man to see if they had seen you. Just to let you know.
Well, then I need to check in because,
Yeah.
I don't think they were.
We now have satellite phones. They are on a private network that we can speak openly on them and send texts openly. We do not have to police our words.
Hell yeah, I'll take that.
There's one for you in your room at the club.
You know, Lamar, what do you remember anything about what happened? I mean, how'd you end up waterlogged?
Well, so my wife, well, I should say ex, for my,
Yeah, she came to see us.
Yeah, she was the one that put me there. Apparently, divorce just wasn't good enough. She had to go ahead and make her point by shoving me into the lake, and that piece of freaking driftwood hit me in the chest, and thought I was gonna be talking to our local sea monster up until Captain Please Kill Me Now showed up and chained me to a damn crucifix. My car's in the impound lot. You got it.
When your wife came to see us, we were going to take out the emissary.
Did I miss putting a cap in Ben's ass?
Yes, you did. I capped Ben's ass, put my .45 bullet right between his eyes.
Not, I've been dead a while, Jackie, but you're making me feel things. I'm just saying. Making me feel things.
Enough
here.
fools in this city have pissed me off. Tis time I clean house.
So he's done.
He is done, but that night when she saw us before we went into the mausoleum where there was an underground, basically demon-worshipping cult, we killed 6 fucking humans and the Ben flesh suit and sent the emissary packing to whatever hell he came from.
Okay.
She had come before we went in, and Roscoe could see her, but she sent a text to my phone saying she was sorry.
Bitch didn't look sorry. She looked me right in my eyes and told me to, because I said, I'm sorry too. And she said, yeah, sorry this, and dumped me in the lake.
She probably realized that you were taken and in real danger.
I wouldn't even.
Women tend to be emotional in life, and I imagine they are exceptionally so in death.
Fair statement. I get it. I was I was a little emotional that evening myself, and I took care of some things that made me feel a little better right before I caught up with you guys. So.
And also, just last evening before we came to you, after we found out some information that basically I found out about Nathaniel because Cedric had come to me as I had told you and mentioned about Nathaniel, and I found out some more information about Nathaniel that no one really cared if he got offed, especially certain Nosferatu really would be encouraging if he got offed. That we also set up and trapped Thea Noelle McCrane, the ministry bitch I told you about some time ago that might be a problem.
Oh, do we need to dispose of someone else tonight?
Oh no, that's my dinner.
Eat well, Jackie.
I will.
Eat well.
And then when I'm done eating, I will leave her for the sun.
That's fair too. That's fair too. I mean, Setai, strict no asshole diet.
Yeah.
But
The sad thing is the sun is too nice for her after what we saw. So
Yes, she was.
she deserves much worse that we cannot. We don't have the time or the,
did she do a setite and live down to expectations as usual?
She was
Yeah.
incredibly depraved. She had
Sounds about
both her boyfriend and her mother both ghouled and was having them addicted to her kiss and keeping it withheld from them so they would go through withdrawal. And doing
Sounds
all
about
sorts of
Setite.
and do all sorts of acts with people that she would lure from clubs, which I happened to plant Peter in said club to get her attention. And then he told me about her after party later that night. And so we got there early and set up a party of our own. Idiot was sending people to her haven.
I mean, that takes a set of brass ones to just be out in the open, just like, now come on to my house.
Yes, it's a very nice house, a mansion over in Lincoln Park.
What about Flyboy? We still
Haven't touched him yet. Found out some information, though. Found out information on this Felicity. So he is definitely working for her. Felicity is...
That bitch is broke. So
She also has a really bad gambling problem.
That's why she's broke?
That's why she's broke.
Oh, no. It's one of the major pitfalls. Oh,
like, she's probably going to lose her clearance if she doesn't make her bosses happy.
Wow. Wow.
You could probably bet her $5 she won't she won't live to see the sunrise, and she'd take the bet.
She might be a useful asset.
She might be an asset.
Speaking of assets, I mean, I'm sure Thea's mansion is all wrapped up and untouchable by us, but what about that cabin in the woods that we were just at? I mean, Nathaniel doesn't use it anymore.
I like that line of thinking, Roscoe, because you're right. He's not using it anymore. Maybe we should see who owns that and do something with it, just in case we need a fallback place.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah,
and we already know pretty much what's inside it. I mean, we can always go back and just check it and make sure, but we already know how to navigate it mostly, and those secret hiding spots would help out in a pinch.
That's a good idea.
And seems, I don't know if it went away with whenever the body went away, but it had some really strange effect on our beast.
Yes, kept it very quiet, like it was fighting against whatever was there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was almost completely subdued.
Yeah, we need to examine, maybe a couple of nights, Roscoe, we should go and examine, see if that's still the case. And if it is, looking to getting that place turned over to our usage. I mean,
it's outside.
It's a good place.
Outside of the city. I don't see a problem in looking into it and possibly procuring it.
Good place to practice some good old sorcery if you know how.
Yeah.
I mean, we also have Ben's body hidey hole now, so if we want to, we have places to stash bodies just all over the city now. So I guess, sorry, that's apologies. That's a Vegas thinking of like, where do I stash the bodies? Considering the last couple of victims have kind of just crumpled or will have crumpled into ash. It's kind of more of a dustpan and broom problem. So,
or in my case with Thea, it'll be the wind will take care of it.
All she is just dust on the wind.
She is just dust on the wind.
Etienne kind of looks from the front seat. We're just going to gloss over. We lost 2 hours of time. I'm just curious, ma'am. Seems odd to me, but I'm not used to that.
Neither am I. However, dealing with old ones and their capabilities, there's no telling what they can do.
That's true. And we were all spared.
And I don't feel like I was... I don't feel drawn to that individual.
Man, that creeped me out more than that night that Streck showed up in New Orleans. You remember that night, Streck?
Yes.
That creeped me more than that.
I know. It also creeped me. And I tried everything I could not to let it influence me. And it still did. So that is a very powerful being.
Etienne actually looks back. It's good to have you back, Mr. Cade.
Thanks, Etienne. I appreciate it. Good to see that you're all right.
Could have used your help on the Thea thing. You would have had fun with that one.
Mm. Yeah, I'd like to take a baseball bat to her forehead, but you know, that's Jackie's thing. Not gonna get involved there.
And Etienne actually looks back. What they declined to tell you is Miss Schutz over there actually tore a man open, and so that his whole spinal cord was exposed, which was quite interesting to see if you haven't seen a human spinal cord just laid and flayed right in front of you.
Now, I actually have, and it was one of the weirdest things I have ever seen. But now I'm starting to understand the whole, not the artistic part behind it, but I'm understanding at least the anatomical, like the Y4 is what I'm getting at. And I missed the E for everyone hands. Now I'm a little upset.
I was going to say, Etienne, you're like, oh, we needed Mr. Cade. I thought I was going to say, was the job I did subpar in any way, considering I had to mash her mother's face into bars?
No, but he would have enjoyed it.
Oh, I guess we all. Would you have enjoyed that, Mr. Cade?
Oh, I'm a connoisseur of violence.
Oh,
It was a mercy killing for her mother.
it was. But I mean, we could probably arrange to do something similar again if you ever want to see like the replay. So.
I definitely need to see that these hands are still E for everyone. So
What he really wants to
happen.
see is me stone cold execute someone with my 45.
Oh.
I mean, if Mr. Cade really wants a description, I'm sure if he asked Peter, Peter would tell him all about the French maid's costume.
Yes.
There were French maids.
No,
No.
that was her mother. In a fetish outfit.
Yeah.
Fucking set
we did-
types,
Peter
man.
said something about Rule 34. I don't understand his reference, but he said something about Rule 34.
That's disgusting.
But you did the one plus that you missed out on was Roscoe then put the costume on. So
He says it wouldn't fit. I still think
yeah.
it would look amazing.
And Lamar just looks at Roscoe like trying to determine if this actually happened or not.
That Michael guy. I don't know if you've ever seen this, Mr. Cade. They seem to not like bringing it up, but I think you should know that about him. He made an illusion. We saw her mother dead in the floor, but walking around the room.
Yes.
I know he said trying to keep it low key, but I consider you one, along with Miss Schutz there, is when I'm not around, there's a certain amount of protectors that are needed with Mr. Rond, and you should be aware of that because that has to calculate when you're figuring up threat levels. You can't believe what you see around that one.
Yeah.
Illusions, huh?
Yes.
And real, too.
And it was singing nursery rhymes. And he also created an illusion of Nathaniel so that we could track him to find you, because he's the one that told us about your car being in the lake, and he has ravens he uses. They saw Nathaniel checking your car at the police impound. And then Ginny, actually, we met that following night at the church down there in Southside that Nathaniel had. And the rat that she spoke with told her about Nathaniel taking someone like a stick, laid out like a board, basically, in his car and leaving and heading south. And
Man,
we
God, my
tracked you.
ass.
And we
Thank
tracked
you for the.
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
No.
I just want to say again, thank you for the timely save, all of you, because not that I didn't believe in you guys, but had you not, had someone not told you where I was, there, wasn't sure how long it would take you guys to realize maybe I was in trouble, and by then, who knows what could have happened. The fact that you all came.
Assholes
Yeah.
in this city are not allowed to take members of our coterie. They
No.
will not survive that.
Evan, who normally has this blank expression, doesn't have a blank expression moment. He's sitting there thinking, he goes, what are the odds? Let's follow this through. And Jenny, you've seen him when the facade drops away a bit at times. You know why Fiorenza picked him. It's not just his looks. What are the odds that Nathaniel was there nearby to pick up Lamar? Got Lamar hidden. The Ravens find just the info you need at the right time to draw us to get Lamar and rescue him just in time to move this thing out of that basement. What are the odds? And then he suddenly realizes what he said, and he gets that blank look again. I mean, that's, kind of what I'm figuring, at least. I don't, understand it.
Oh, Evan, please. The mask has dropped. You are right, though.
Yeah.
It was a puppet strings being pulled.
That's kind of terrifying to think about. Someone being able to pull those kind of strings in that order to make, to get their little plan going, and who knows how long they've had to really pull on those threads.
Well, I can tell you, Nathaniel's been in this city a long time. He used to serve Loden. He was a scourge for Loden.
Oh, was he?
Mm-hmm. So if he's rattling around in your head, you might get some good info.
Well, there is a little something I have to deal with at the church now.
Yes. It looks like it needs to come under new ownership.
In fact, it does. And there's a particular reverend there that I really need to. He needs to have a come to Jesus meeting.
Yes. Yes.
I'm going to play the role of Jesus, but
Is this going to be a hostile takeover?
not if he doesn't make it one. I mean, I'm going to go in there. I'm a little pissed off, but I will go in there and be civil until he makes me shoot him in the kneecap.
Would you like for me to arrange to have your car released?
If you could do that, that would be extremely helpful, and I'd owe you one.
You might want to get a detail crew on it if it spend any time in the water.
I know a guy. I met him after
Give me a
after
name.
cat business.
Give me a name of someone that can pick up your car.
Tyrone.
Okay. And Jackie will make a note of the name. Etienne,
Ma'am,
tomorrow, arrange for the car to be released to this Tyrone.
you want me to talk to the police?
Yes.
Gotcha, ma'am. I know he's going to ask for something, probably from what you were telling me before, something about art or something.
I've already promised him a VIP experience at the cabaret. That should more than pay for it for his anniversary.
I just want to make sure, if he wants to negotiate where my
If
limits
he
are.
tries to negotiate with you, tell him Mr. Rand will be in touch.
Yes, ma'am. And Evan laughs at that one.
Like, I'm sorry, you said $5 was good. I'll take that $5. I think that'll be his words.
I have already offered him quite the experience. If he's trying to nickel and dime for more, I will not only cut him off, I will ruin him.
I like the way you played. I like the pool you play. Jackie, I like the pool you play.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I think you are caught up now, and we are returning to the club where people's vehicles are. Go to your room and get your sat phone.
I'll do
Okay.
that.
Yeah, try it out. See if make sure it works.
And when you go and get your sat phone, as soon as you put it up, there's already 5 numbers, or 3 other numbers right now. There's 2 more of them that are sitting there that apparently for other people that aren't here anymore. But Roscoe had gotten 6. But they have numbers marked for each individual coterie member that are already stored in it. Who are you going to dial to test it?
You know what? I will dial Jackie.
Jackie, you get the phone call from his sat phone. It's staticky a bit. He's understandable, but there's some static and modulation noises you can hear in the background.
Can you hear me?
It's actually better than the cell.
Well, all right then. I'll take it.
There's still a little bit of noise and static, but it's not bad. I can make you out clearly.
Hold up. I'm going to send you a text.
Okay.
Hangs up.
The text actually mostly goes through. Only one or two letters got messed up, but not,
And
a
she texts
Q
back,
instead of, a
"Much
whole
better."
message.
Much better.
Like, it's, did you get this? And it's like, UHT question mark.
No, actually, it got, did you get that?
Oh, even better.
Yeah. And she says, yes, much better.
Still acts weird, but the type it is
All right.
apparently seems to work a little better for you.
I'm sure you can arrange for transport, but you should have your car tomorrow. Etienne will make arrangements tomorrow with Tyrone.
Thank you very much. I can get where I need to go and just gotta get myself another gun.
Excellent.
Fucking Setites and fucking
I know. Fucking fanatics,
Nosferatu,
because
man.
that's what Nathaniel was. He was a fanatic.
Fucking Chicago, man.
It's good to have you back, Lamar.
Jenny, as you and
It's good to be back.
Evan are driving off, Evan actually looks at you because as soon as y'all got dropped off while Lamar was getting his thing, you two departed. Evan looks at you. Jenny, I'm going to have to tell her, right?
Yeah, I know. That's perfectly fine. If you can remember something that is important to her, more power to you, Evan.
I'm missing the same 2 hours you all are, but I don't know what happened down there. I just remember you all coming saying you needed help getting this body out. We thought I thought I was pulling out what you went down there to that Nathaniel guy. I didn't know what I was pulling out was that.
No, do we remember the stuff that happened down there? For
Yeah.
the fight
You
and
remember
stuff?
everything
Okay.
up until the car drove off with it in the trunk. And then that's
Okay.
where the gap started.
Okay. No, Nathaniel was never walking out of there or being carried out of there. He made a fatal mistake, which was deciding to cross a group of individuals that had apparently had too much shit piled upon them. So he was there. He was one of the problems that presented itself in a timely manner. And so we all came together and worked out our differences by killing him.
It does seem we arrived in the city at like a perfect time for this group just to start whacking motherfuckers.
Yeah. I've been told that they're not this violent typically, though it is a different change of pace. So Chicago's not all bad.
I mean, look, we're from Vegas. We're used to just people getting whacked off once in a while. Well, not that way. Well, I mean, that would be fine too, actually. I don't forget you owe me one for that. But
you know what, Evan? This is the perfect night. We're going to get you. She's looking at her watch. It's not late enough. I'm sure we could find you some fun. So
I just felt the need to let you know, Jenny, that I do have to tell her the events of tonight. I don't know how she's going to react. Knowing her, I'm going to hear a lot of "Evan, my boy" coming from her.
I completely understand. It's the same reason I've contacted her and told her stuff from my end of things too. So
I'd expect she's probably going to call you at some point.
Of course, it's always a pleasure. So
yeah.
But the real question, Evan, is did you pick up any tips or tricks from Etienne, because I know you and I, we have this thing, especially because, you know, we're the two faces, as it were, when we're in Vegas. But I don't know, out here, we have to kind of learn to be a little bit more professional in public. So
I don't know if I'll ever be able to do the ma'ams and the sirs and the Mr. this and Mr. that and Mrs. I don't know if I can ever do that, but I do notice unless he's with you all, the group, he seems to be less talkative. He does get chatty when you all are together, but not the rest of the time.
I'm not surprised. He is a capable individual, so of course he's up here and we're all operating down here. So, you know, we just have to pretend like we're operating up here also when we're around him. I mean, all of them. He's going to be the one who's going to put his foot down on things, whereas I'm going to be like, it's fine. No one died, except for the ones we wanted to die. So
he's going to put his foot down. That damn Jackie seems like she's going to put her foot up in something. I mean,
if that's what you're looking for, Evan, I could ask her if she's willing to, you know, do that for you. But
no. She does not seem like the type I would find as amusing. She definitely doesn't seem like she's taking shit right now.
No.
Yeah.
From what I've been told, it's been a lot of little chinks and stuff. So not chinks. It's the hitting them, like it's not the nicks in the arm or whatever. It's them taking all these little body blows, and they're finally tired of taking those body blows. So
yeah, they gotta. I mean, I get it. We've seen it before where it piles up, and they've got to flex a little to send a message, even if it's a message that people don't know they got.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure there will be a new dynamic in Chicago soon. Not just because of tonight, but previous nights. Things are changing slowly but surely. So
yeah, well. So who's next? That's what I'm curious about. You got any bets yet? Because I'm wondering, they seem to be on a roll here, and I'm curious who they're going after next.
You know, I feel like it's probably going to be Flyboy, just because he's an aggravant in his own way, and if he's not there, then as Mr. Ron seemed to be willing to at least look at the idea of perhaps flipping our dear SI agent. So
with a name like Flyboy, I already say that y'all should just, Jesus Christ, who fucking calls himself Flyboy?
Well, we could find out if he flies. Roscoe didn't seem to want to be a test pilot, so I could just see if he wants to be a test pilot. So,
can we have him the balcony incident? I mean, there's some tall buildings.
There are some tall buildings
right out the control tower.
Yeah, you know, that's if we're gonna do if he is going to befall any hardship, it can't be at the airport.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I'm sure we can find a nice tall place to drop him off of.
Yeah.
They do make a satisfying scream on the way down. Hey, with you, it was not the first time I've seen somebody go off a balcony, okay?
Hey, I am not the one who always pushes people out windows. So I've
only done that once with you.
Yes, exactly. Everybody has this image of me as this window tossing hussy, and it's not true. It's only sometimes true. So
it's not my fault that Bruja mouthed off to Fiorenza, and I had to shove him out a damn window for it. That's on her, not me. And I'm sticking to that story. And if you try to bring me up, I'm going to plead the fifth.
Whatever, Evan. Oh, you know what? You know where all the clubs are. Let's find one that's still open. Let's get you laid. And
Get
then
you
we'll
something
find
to
you
eat.
some. Then we'll find you some Twinkies.
Yeah, the twink. Yeah, I forgot all about and all the shit that went on tonight. I forgot all about my snack.
Yep.
That's how unnerved I am. Yeah, let's go find something. And the two of you go to find a club or a bar or something to try to get him laid, and for Jenny to possibly find a snack of some kind, and then maybe at the end of the night, a box of Twinkies. We'll see. Tallahassee would be proud at his Twinkies. Now, we're going to check in on Jackie. We know where Jackie's going to be heading here shortly. Let's check in on what's Roscoe doing after the events of this night.
He's going to try to probably not be able to, but think about what ritual it was he did out at the cabin in the woods.
You can roll intelligence, occult with your blood magic specialty. I will let you roll that. We'll see if you can remember any bits and pieces of it. Because that was prior to the full wipe area, so it's possible. 5 successes. It's not bad on 8 dice. Not bad at all.
Hang on.
You got a willpower on top? 6 successes. But it's a crit. 6 was a crit. It was something incredibly simple. Almost like it was a key meant to unlock it. The problem was the key required somebody to use blood magic to do it. But it was incredibly easy. You're pretty sure that any Tremere apprentice, fresh fledgling, barely taught the mysteries of blood magic, could have pulled it off if they were just told how to do it.
Okay.
That's about all you remember of it. But you can't remember anywhere you've ever been where you felt your beast so suppressed, so shoved down, so blocked, or anywhere you've been where it almost felt like your blood was being suppressed in some way. But it obviously didn't affect what you found down there.
Right. And if there's any other time, I'd look up to see if I could find out what caused that feeling, that ripple that went across us.
That's the odd one. You can roll intelligence occult, but I'm not going to give you this is going to be a long extended multi-session rolls. So roll it now, and I'm going to make a note on my sheet here about how many successes you get so that I can keep track until, well, we'll try to roll every session or so until you get enough successes. You got 5 for now.
Okay.
I'll make a note. That way we can,
right.
Eventually you'll get enough to have some good theories. Because that's what you're going to do at this point, is you're trying to theorize what you know of magic. What would have caused that? Okay. Anything else Roscoe doing this night?
No, that's it.
Okay. And now we're going to pop over to Lamar. Do you stay in the club this night?
No, no, I get a change of clothes, and then I have Tariq come and get me because I need to go to the church and talk to somebody.
Now remember, you don't want to use the sat phone to call cell numbers, but I'm sure you have multiple burners waiting at the club for you in case you ever needed one, because, well, that's what burners are for.
And I'm going to use just a brand new burner to call Tariq and ask him to pick me up about a block from the club.
When Tariq picks you up, first thing, boss, where the fuck were you?
Just hanging around, trying to get my head together. You bring the piece I asked for?
Yep, I got it.
Cool. We need to go to the church.
That
Over on
Church
the
of
south
Christ
side.
thing down there on South Side?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's the one Mom used to... Gotcha, boss.
No, you know what?
Did you
And
talk to that
that's
Jackie
good.
lady? Jacqueline?
Yes, I
She
did.
called me.
And she did. And thank you for working with her. In the future, if something else like this happens again, and I'm a little I'm out of contact, get with her as soon as possible, like 72 hours tops. If I don't get back to you in some fashion, you get with her.
Okay, I'll make a note that, I normally hear from you every couple of days, so if things go silent and I can't get hold of you, I'll reach out to her, boss. That's fine.
Good.
And you head off to this church in Southside. Now, when you pull up there, it's closed. Lights are all out. Nobody's there tonight. Literally, it's dark.
Who closes a motherfucking church? All right. You stay here and watch for any runners. I need to go inside and make a confession. And I get out of the car and...
It's a closed church, but you do what you're going to do, boss.
Yep. And I'll walk over to the door. Like, is it padlocked or is it just closed? Or
It's just closed.
pull on my gloves and then just open the door.
Okay. It's locked.
Step inside.
So I'm going to have you roll dexterity and larceny to pick the locks.
Sweet.
Now, it's not going to be a complicated lock because, it's a church. It's not like they got a massive master lock on it or something.
I'll rouse for a surge.
And you get hungrier. And you hear a voice. You're going to put your profane ass in that holy church. You unclean monster. And it's Nathaniel's voice in your head.
I was wondering when you were going to show up.
I was saved. You are stuck with the curse.
But who's really stuck here? Because I can go wherever I want and you're trapped in here.
We'll see.
No, I'll see. You're going to be on lockdown from now until eternity. So pipe down while Daddy gets some work done, okay? Be a peach.
And 3 successes, that's enough. It's not a hard lock. You pick the front door lock on the church. And you hear it click as the tumblers fall open.
I'll head inside.
It's quiet. No lights are on. Nothing's lit up. Completely empty tonight.
What'd you do, Nate? Did you send everyone home thinking you wouldn't be coming back, or did you just give up on this place? And Lamar will just kind of look around to see how long this place has been vacated for, if possible. How long it looks like it's been vacated for.
It's hard to tell exactly. There's no dust or anything, so it's obviously not that. The water's still in the holy water basin. The candles have all been snuffed, but looks like they'd burned a few hours from the start of night when they were lit. So your guess is it's been abandoned 4 hours.
I will check around to see if there's any if there's like a door that leads like maybe to a basement
In a back
or
room,
anything.
you do find a trap door hatch that you can lift up.
Lift that up and then
It leads down into, it's a basement. Looks like it's an old unused storage. And there's actually a lock on the inside of the door. So from the inside, you can lock it so that it can't be opened from up top.
all right.
And there's
then,
paper scattered amongst in here. Bits and pieces of sermon. A couple Bibles. Religious pamphlets. Some really evangelical style stuff down there.
Lamar will pick up one of the. He'll touch one of the Bibles. He'll pick it up. Got you some reading material.
And
We'll tuck that away.
It almost looks like a monk's pallet. It is literally a board on cinder blocks with just a pillow on it. Got to be one of the most uncomfortable things to lay on if you were kind, of course.
Flip it over, see if there's anything under it.
But you do see, when you flip it over, you do catch bits and pieces. It looks like little fibers. Looks like one of the edges of it caught a suit, a black suit or something, because there's black fibers all over the edge of it. Like somebody was laying on it clothed.
Like any idea what kind of suit or just...
It looks to be a poly blend, not an expensive suit for sure. They're definitely synthetic fibers. They're not, it's not silk, it's not satin, it's not even wool.
Kind of creepy, crazy stuff was going on around here. Lamar will go back to that door that's locked from the inside and will try to pry it open.
No, that's the one that you came in. It can be locked from the inside. So somebody could be in this basement and lock it so that people couldn't come down and disturb them.
Going to look for anything else, like any personal effects or anything that looks like
a couple hats, bowler style hats, a couple of those. There's actually a little wardrobe that has 5 or 6 black suits in it. Even one that has a collar put in it. Find various, crucifixes, a whole drawer full of crucifixes.
Never going to look at those the same way again. And
you see, roll wits awareness real quick. Just to see.
Gonna surge.
You just pushing it. We'll get to keep a whole bunch of talking. We'll see. Wow, 9 successes on a wits awareness. Jesus Christ. That's impressive. 9 successes on 10 dice, or on 7 dice, with a critical success. You find several desiccated rats, like tucked in this corner out of the way. You find a couple rat skeletons. You're pretty sure, based on what you're seeing in here, this is where he was sleeping during the day. No windows, lockable from the inside, where he would hide for his day sleep. And that bed he was laying on, it reminds you kind of like a monk's penitent. It's supposed to be uncomfortable because they're punishing themselves, kind of a bed.
You really did want to just up and meet the final death. You were really all over that shit. You didn't have the courage to just wait for the sun to come up and stand there while it happened. Fucking vampires. So typical. Jackie's a woman and had more balls than you did.
No response from the voice in your head.
You don't have to say anything. We both know it's true. And Lamar's just going to take take a look around to see if there's anything like, any other secret doors or hidey holes in here.
No. Not at all. You find a couple books of matches. One of them's for a place called Crook's Lounge.
Alrighty. See who else might know you over at Crook's Lounge. Burn this little shithole down.
I think you recognize the name. I'm pretty sure Jackie's mentioned the name Crook in front of you before. Matter of fact, it was that night y'all saw Crook climbing up the wall across the street from your bar when you were being watched.
Huh, that motherfucker. Okay. By the way, you pick real shitty help. And Lamar will go and ascend the ladder back upstairs.
Okay. And church is still completely empty tonight. Whether he sent them away or did something else with them, they're not here.
Oh, before he leaves, he'll also check for access to the roof because he remembers that's where he first saw Nathaniel.
You actually
watching
find
for the roof.
a stairwell that goes up into the where the bell tower is. Now, it doesn't actually have a bell because it's a modern church. They redid it. It actually has giant speakers up there that plays the chiming, but it still has the whole steeple to look like a bell. And judging by the use on the stairs, it looks like somebody climbed up there quite a bit. Looking at the outside, when you get up there and look around, you can see places where it looks like somebody's dug fingers into the cement and patched them at various points to, like they climbed it to get back in that way sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Someone with fists or fingers that can draw into concrete, which you've seen Nos do.
Yeah.
You've seen your clan do it.
Shadows here looking kind of nice. Lamar will just look around to see if there's anything else that like might have been, any hidey holes for things to be stored up here. Or
not up there. No, you don't find anything up there. But you got a lot of successes poking around. You find the donation box. You do find a piece of paper that has a note on it. And it actually just says, it just looks like somebody scribbled it. Got to find a way to deal with her before she talks to the cops.
Well, he'll take the donation box, for the trouble, the pain, and suffering he's endured, and he will also take the note and then head back downstairs. And then he will go and get back in the car with Tariq. He'll close the door behind him. Leave the place as he found it, and then he'll go back and get back in the car with Tariq.
Tariq eyeballs the donation box that you got, looks at you, looks at the box, just kind of shrugs.
Hey, alms for the poor, or some shit like that.
If they could afford to give it to the church, they could have afforded to give it to us in the first place.
But the church also, could have afforded to give back to the people who really need it, and that's what we're going to start doing, Tariq. Is we're going to give back to people who really need it. We're going to make something out of the South Side that's better than the bullshit that I know people grew up with, and I know that you grew up with. We're gonna change our focus a little bit.
You want me to have a couple of the boys keep an eye on this place?
Yeah, I want to know when it reopens.
I can let you know that. And as the two of you drive off, we're flashing to Jackie, who arrives at her haven with a nice, friendly little art piece propped in a corner with lights on it. And Peter's actually sitting there, and he's eating popcorn, but every once in a while he throws a piece of popcorn at the statue thing and sees if he can bounce it off her forehead. You see him as you come in right when it hits the forehead, and he goes, yes, and he sees you, and he's like, sorry, and he jumps up. Sorry, ma'am. Sorry, Jackie.
Just clean up the mess.
Oh, I will. I was just having fun.
I don't mind, please. She is here for our entertainment.
The roof is ready.
Excellent. Take her upstairs for the roof. I need to speak with Etienne privately for a moment.
Okay. And he grabs and starts dragging this stiff as a board Kindred, still has a piece of wood jammed in her chest, over to your private roof access because you're in the penthouse. You have one.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am.
Did you feel anything different inside that building?
I felt old. Same I am now, but I could feel the weight.
You could feel the age.
The age, I could feel it on me. I could feel it from the moment we went in the building itself. I didn't go down where you all went, but I could feel it.
I felt like someone had walked on my grave.
It's like the centuries. Feel them weighing on me.
There was some kind of magic there that made my blood act weird. And I had worried it was affecting you.
I mean, it didn't. I'm the same as I am now. It just, I felt old.
Like my gifts to you were not working as well.
Kind of like that, like it was muted in some way. I could feel almost retrospective in some ways, like I could feel the time that, the age I should have had.
She actually takes her hand and touches his cheek. You know I would never intentionally put you in harm's way.
I know. I figure whatever that thing was with what it did to us, you didn't have any control over what happened tonight. None of us did. Reminds me of, probably never told you about this, when I met, back when I worked for Nolan. He introduced me one time. Well, to Mithras.
He was Prince.
Yeah, but there was when you're in his presence, you felt
I know.
an authority, a power. You knew you were in the presence of agelessness, of untold memories, of untold
I've
experiences.
been in his presence, I know.
That's what I picked up as we pulled that body out of there.
I did too.
It's old. Not the same. It's not.
Mm-mm.
But it's old. Definitely, it reminded me of that one time I met. I called him His Majesty, of course, at the time.
Of course.
I was told to never use his name to him.
Never.
But that's what I'm reminded of. Except this one wasn't moving.
Yes. But
But
I
it wasn't.
have a feeling he will be soon.
He wasn't sleeping.
No, he wasn't.
He may not have moved, but
He was awake.
he was
Just
resting.
suppressed.
I just hope whatever we did doesn't come back to get us. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't care if it hits Michael. Look, that ability he has is a threat.
It is a threat. I'm aware of this.
It's dangerous.
You know I do not always show all my cards. I'm aware it is a threat. There was a reason why I wanted you watching him. Very well.
Did Mr. Cade look colder to you tonight?
Yes.
Something was off in his eyes when, on the ride home, I could see it. It just,
He finished off Nathaniel.
part of me is supposed to say that we're not, your kind aren't supposed to do that.
But
then,
you know, within our
yeah,
belief structure, we don't really care.
Nolan explained that to me more than once.
Why
that
waste power?
the rules are the rules, but justice demands certain punishments.
Exactly. But do not worry, I am not going to do such to that little piece of garbage upstairs.
I sure as hell hope not. You don't want a snake. You don't want that
Fuck
blood
no.
in your blood.
Fuck no.
But I'm sure Peter's got everything set up.
Excellent. Try to get some rest, Etienne. You look tired.
I feel tired. I don't feel like I did there, but it takes a lot out of you. I don't know how you do it sometimes.
And she actually pulls his face close to hers, and their foreheads touch. Strength of will, my dear. Strength of will. And she steps away and goes to the access to the roof.
And when you go up to the roof, Peter's got a lounge chair up there, a sun lounger.
Mhm.
We're set up there with Thea's kind of propped. Actually, she's on a hand truck, a dolly, that she's propped against and kind of got a bungee cord wrapped to hold her upright so she don't just fall over.
Yeah.
Right there in front of the lounge chair.
Excellent.
And Peter points over at a tripod where he's got
A video camera?
A video camera. He goes, I know you, it's on tape. It's not on a phone or anything recorded that way so that there's no chance of it getting intercepted. It's right there.
It's right there. Excellent. I will be in before sunrise. You can come up and collect. I want you to observe because you need to see what happens when sunlight touches one of us. This is a lesson for you.
Okay.
Something you must protect me from.
You haven't told me before. You just said don't let it happen.
This is what you are now going to witness, why you must protect me from it.
Okay.
But go back inside. I will let you know when it is time.
He looks at you and he looks you up and down. Will do. And it's like he's evaluating because he can see there's heavy weight on your shoulders this night. Peter's learning.
Mm-hmm.
And he heads down, leaving you up there with Thea bungee corded to a hand truck. With a piece of wood in her chest.
Well, child. This will be our last night together. And she sits down on the lounge chair and just lounges there for a minute, looking at the stars and the moon. You know, you're not even a very good Setite. You're so obsessed with your own depravity that you're not even all that good at corrupting others. I have killed many of your type. And you're just the first in this city. I will take out the rest. You truly, I'm sure, had reasons to hate your mother. No family is ever perfect. But to think that a man like Peter would actually want a slattern like you. Oh, darling, you aren't even worth being shit I scrape off my boots. And she stands up, and she walks up to her. You know, that thing you were doing to your boyfriend and your mother was quite cruel, truly. Truly cruel. And you are so young and stupid. You didn't realize the risks associated. You, every night that you pulled your little stunts, were a threat to our existence. Now I'm going to show you exactly what you did. You are going to desire me to drink down your soul. And she bites her neck and uses lingering kiss.
Okay. There's no real resistance for it when, well, they're staked.
Mm-hmm. And she takes 4 points of blood all the way down to 0.
When you do that, her body goes completely gray. As if...
But she takes her time doing it.
There's not much blood left. There's, to try drinking anymore.
Would end her completely.
Would destroy her, or you'd be forced to pull her soul out.
And after she licks the wound close very slowly. Ah, but I won't take the last drop, darling. You're going to wish I did more than anything in this world. While the sun comes up directly in front of you from the east, over the lake, and you will see the sky lightning. Oh, wait, look, it already is starting. Oh, your end is so soon, darling. And you will feel it. It will creep up on your feet and legs, work up to your knees, up to your thighs, your groin, your abdomen. And by the time it reaches your head, you will be completely engulfed in flames. And then you will be ash, blown to the 4 corners of the world. and no one will give a single shit about Thea Noel Mulcrane ever again. And she turns around and walks inside.
Okay. And as we end this episode with Jackie, finally the sun's pull starts to give her that lethargic feeling that it's time to sleep. And the rest of the coterie has gone about their business. Sleep as the sun rises. There's one kindred in this city that no amount of sunlight lethargy would allow to sleep because of the pain of that sunlight as it destroys and consumes their undead body.
But even stronger than that pain was that desire for Jackie to slip that last drop out of her.
To drink again, to give her the lingering kiss. This is where we end episode 8 of season 4 of Windy City by Night. Now, let me go straight to the viewer vote. This week's viewer vote goes to, I'm giving it to, God, I hate saying this. I'm going to give it to everybody. I like that last episode. Everyone got over 10 votes.
Including Joe. You get a bonus XP for that session.
Evan Blade, Sharon Moore, Quinda here in Twitch chat. Get that bonus XP. Remember, this is our last night of raising funds for National Breast Cancer Foundation. Please donate if you can. If you can't, we understand. Times are tight. Money's tight. Pop over to our Discord. Vote on who gets tonight's viewer vote. This was a pretty fucked up episode in some ways. And events have been set in motion that I think Jackie's right. There's going to be a shakeup. Things are going to be changing in Chicago. I think Jenny's about to have a whole shitload of things to report to Fiorenza because there's a new player on the board. Or an old player, you might say. And, of course, if you like what we're doing here, give us a follow here on Twitch. Give us a subscribe if you want to support the studio. If you've got Amazon Prime, you get one free subscription a month. You can give it our way if you want. If you're watching on YouTube, look, subscriptions are free on YouTube. Subscribe. You know, eventually we might get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Maybe. We're trying. We're not pushing it, but, you know, maybe eventually we can get to that point. Bits go to the players. If you want to give something to the players for the show, bits. Starting next week, it goes back to bits and donations go to the players because the National Breast Cancer Foundation donations will end. We just disabled it because we didn't want people donating to one thinking they're donating to the other. So we made it so there's only one donation, one bits, but that's going to resume next week. Check out our friends. Good list of friends, people we support over here. Ravenous Archon just finished up last week his Chronicle of Mage Neon Tempest that season. So check him out. He's a great storyteller. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a season 4 because all the players
season 3
or season 3 or 4, hell, maybe both. The players of that one seem to really enjoy themselves. As you see over here, the Ivory Raven was holding up that mug. Get your Windy City merch. There it is. Look, see, 2 of them got that. I don't have Windy City merch at mine. I'm drinking from my Malkavian cup, but that's just because I had to do it tonight because some shit was going down. I'm trying to make sure. I think I got everything that was important on that. I'm going to let my wife do her schedule.
Okay, so thank you so much for joining us, everyone, as we played our final game of the month for National Breast Cancer Foundation's Game Pink Initiative. And if anyone did happen to donate this stream, thank you so, so much. We appreciate you helping us close out this fundraiser strong. Over the next week, join us Wednesday as I will be running the second session of The Way Home for the holidays at 8 p.m. Eastern. Y'all, my Lost are pretty much in the driver's seat of this story. I am improving legit all of it based on their actions. And they have already, in the first session, agreed to a Fae contract. They are so going to get stuck in this.
I thought they would have learned from watching World of Darkness. You don't agree to pacts, you don't agree to contracts.
No.
Already. So tune in.
Out the gate.
Tune in on Wednesday to see how that pans out.
I want to say, I know it's an independent game, and a lot of our viewers don't normally watch
it's an amazing
some of the indie games,
game.
but it's an amazing stream. We've got some great players. You really should check it out because, she's got a great cast for it. And Lanhee hit me for 3 points of despair. She only got 2 points of despair. She hit me for 3 points of despair during it. Tore my fucking heart out as a viewer. So just saying.
It's a great game, and those players are telling a fantastic story already from the jump start. So it's excellent. Then join us on Saturday, the 6th of November, for London Esoteric Society at 3 p.m. Eastern. That is our Call of Cthulhu 7E stream set in Victorian London, and it is filled with crazy cult stuff liking investigators that are going completely insane. And then and then we will be back here on Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern for Windy City After Dark, Season 4, Episode 8.
No, 9.
I mean 9, sorry, 9. I'm looking
2
at
episodes
October
left,
schedule, so
people.
9. 2 episodes left for this season, and we've just released a Methuselah into Chicago.
I mean...
Yeah. We didn't have a choice.
And we had Diablerie tonight.
And Diablerie tonight. I mean, we had our first Diablerie. Go Lamar.
So, yeah.
He just leveled up.
How long can this coterie continue the all I do is win? We'll see. So I'd like to thank everyone for coming out. Please, everyone, mental health. It's not a joke. It's not a laughing matter. Please take mental health seriously. Check in on those around you. A lot of people just need someone to be a voice to listen to, someone to reach out to them, to let them know that somebody cares. And that may be all they need to pull them off the edge. And if you do suffer from mental health issues, like many of us do, please, right now, in chat, there's numbers you can call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and talk to people who won't judge. It won't get to your family, your friends, your job, or any of that. You could just talk to them and they'll talk you through it. And also, fuck breast cancer, or fuck cancer, fuck breast cancer in particular, but fuck cancer. And check out the link right there to get other countries' support lines. My brain is frazzled right now because Diablerie. That'll shut them up. I'm just putting that out there.
And as Gavin put in Zoom chat during Jackie's little end scene with Thea, okay, that's hot. And so please check in, make sure that, and give if you can to the National Breast Cancer Foundation. Please do.
This is the final night. We've had a good month, and we're happy with what we raised. We exceeded our initial goal. We extended we exceeded our first extended goal, and
then we bumped it up to try to help a max of 10 people.
Yep, and if we make the final goal, cool. If we don't, cool.
If we don't, that's fine.
But
we've already helped 8 people as far as when this was recorded. So
yep, and we're thankful for everyone who has given. So, by the way, just so people know, season finale this year, or for this season, episode 10 of this season, we're going to give away a Sabat hardcover edition book.
Publisher edition.
The publisher, not the print on demand. We're going to give to one person who watches the finale, who enters the giveaway, we're going to give away a hardcover copy of the Sabat book as our way of thanking all of our people who have been here for the season and watching our episodes, because we like to order 2 copies of these books when we get a chance, and then we like to give one away.
Yep.
That's what we like to do. And I'm going to let my wife do her part as we end this episode.
Please, 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 if you can. I'm a McStabber, Relander, am a registered nurse, and I've been so for over a decade. Please, 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 if you can, go get vaccinated, get your COVID vaccine, get your flu vaccine. This winter is going to be rough. It is going to be rough. It has been so warm here in the mid-Atlantic. I know this winter is going to be really rough with airborne illnesses, really rough. Make sure you get your vaccines, because hospitals are overloaded. They are over freaking loaded from unvaccinated people. Please, please, please go get your vaccines and protect yourselves and your loved ones.
And while the vaccine does not prevent you from getting COVID, the vaccine does lessen the chance you'll be fucking with a tube down your throat in the fucking ICU. And trust me, you don't want to have a tube down your throat in the fucking ICU. That is fact. So I thank you all for coming. Thank you for helping us raise money for breast cancer. And happy Halloween, everybody. It's motherfucking Halloween. I'm glad you came to watch us play Vampire on Halloween. And for those that have to watch this on video on demand, I understand it's fucking Halloween.
It's Halloween. Enjoy it.
Do your thing.
But be
Enjoy
safe.
it, but be safe. So from the cast of this amazing show, I thank you all for coming. And I wish you all happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everyone.
Trick or treat, motherfuckers.
Good
Trick or
night.
treat. Good night.